Rap. It's been a huge part of pop culture from the late 80s. Rapping was once a small genre of music that nobody really knew about. Over the decades, rap's popularity has risen exponentially. From the early days of rap's big names like Tupac, Biggie, and Wu-Tang defined rap culture. Although these big names are in the past, rap has continued to grow, and now it's a staple in our society.
Make this here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside, when they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out, boys. That's Nike boys hopping out.
Rappers like Drake, Lil Uzi Vert, and Travis Scott have taken over pop culture, with brands like Nike, Adidas, Sprite.
Little Yachty here was paid by Sprite to write lyrics about Sprite.
And Target collaborating with these rappers. It truly shows how big the rap industry is now. There always seems to be a certain trend with these rappers. They all seem to grow up in big cities: Chicago, New York, Atlanta, even London. Although the public has seen the widespread rapping scene, they don't really see the smaller picture.
Gang, everywhere that I walk, I feel like the man. How could you talk? Your enemies is fans. Diamonds be busting they straight out the cam. Gang. And gang gotta get the thump. Before we had the blicky, we was out trying to get them poop. I was trying to get a bag while you was
brain. Two lips that only ever use my name in vain. You're broken, you're lame. You know you're ashamed, and it's the worst part.
Middletown, Connecticut. Small town with a blend of all worlds. The rural area, the suburbs, and the city. Just like the big city, Middletown has a rap scene. Although very small, our community has mixed feelings about our rap scene.
I mean, you have some good rappers, and then you really don't have any other ones. Like MAKK Z and Al, they're like good rappers. So is Daryl, Lil D. Russ.
They're not gonna get no famous out of music.
I like Al. I like his voice.
You think they won't?
No, they won't. No.
Last year I had Matt Rosenblum, and he made some pretty nice beats, I will say.
So like some of them in the school, like I know some in the school, they just need to stop. It's not working.
But I think it's tough to be from Middletown, Connecticut and become a famous rapper. I honestly think there's like certain neighborhoods in America where it's just like a hotbed of like rap, and you know, you get hooked in with the right producers and you're able to make it big.
Boy MAKK Z ALROCKFENDI, Team Takeover Entertainment. They on the come up, sure.
I think Al's gonna get famous soon. You know, Zyron. Those are guys who I think are gonna make it.
From Middletown, Connecticut, the chances are slim, but if it's something you're super into, then I would say do it as a hobby, and then, you know, just have a backup plan, but that's about it.
Flexing on my own, this shit just give me down. I ball on my own.
Cash Kid. Also known as Matthew Rosenblum, he's a 16-year-old from Middletown, CT. He's currently a junior at Middletown High School.
How did you get in the rap scene?
This Discord, like, team for Rainbow Six, and this dude made beats on it. I thought it was kind of cool. And then, so we talked about, like, SoundCloud for a little bit. And, like, I used to be a producer before I started rapping. I was like, yo, if other people can rap on my beats, why can't I do the same thing? I don't know, I tried it out once, and then people enjoyed it, so I just kept doing it.
Who are your biggest inspirations in rap, and why?
I gotta say, for like my style of music, probably more people like Lil Uzi, Juice WRLD, like more of the like melodic type rappers. But like obviously, like I listen to Kendrick and stuff. Like they were people who like inspired me to rap.
What do you think about the Middletown rap scene?
I would say there's people like Jonte, Al, Zyron, and they're all talented for sure. But I feel like there's not as much like of a community support as like you think there would be, you know? Like for most people it was like I put my city on the map type of stuff. Like my city brought me where I'm at. But like in my perspective at least, I don't necessarily think that your equipment gives you the fame. It's how you use it. Like a lot of people say, because with like baseball, like a lot of people talk about the high bat, new $500 bat, but in reality it's not the bat, it's how you use the bat. You can make anything work if you really try hard enough. Do I think that going to the studio and getting my songs professionally mixed and like having an actual producer who makes a beat specifically made for me, it will help a lot. But obviously like I don't have the funding for that right now, and I need to hone in my skills before I go out and pour that kind of money. I haven't been making music that long, the past like 7 months. I haven't dropped any new music since February, so you know, like obviously I'm not gonna get 2,000 plays. I'm not gonna get all these high crazy plays. I'm pretty unlistened to, but I don't release consistent music, and that's also a big issue right now. I've kind of grown to not really care with haters and stuff. Like, obviously there's people who don't like my music, and that's fine. Like, if you don't like my music, don't listen to my music. No one's forcing you to listen to my music, you know? So it's like, people who tell me your music's bad, you know, make more music like this, like, I'll listen to the criticism, because that's what you do, you know? If I drop a new song and everyone says, you could have done this, like, the beat was off, you know, your vocal was out of tune, stuff like that, like, obviously I'm gonna listen to it, but I'm not gonna sit here and let it bother me, you know? I have a million other things to worry about than your opinion.
As you can see, that was H Kid, the unknown legend that people don't know.
For my brothers to stick to the plan, you won't get it back if you don't understand. Run up some racks, mama made me a man. Taking them packs, I ran off you and me.
Al and Z, two high school seniors that go to Middletown High. They are known as ALROCKFENDI and MAKK Z. They decided to take their music interest to a new level and started to write and produce their own music. Al released his first song, The Town, on SoundCloud on April 24th, 2017.
Every time they talk of the town, so niggas go run their mouth. There's no harm rocking these bins in my pockets, and bins is all I'm about.
While MAKK Z started with a collab on the song Never Fold with Al.
Funny we pop, I can't lie, I'm so confident. Future bright and girls is dark. Now a Billy on my shopping list, probably can't even park.
They are a duo ready to dominate the game. They sound like A Boogie and a bit of NBA Youngboy in their style. I truly think they can get big fast.
Siah. This here from my hood to get loose to. Matter of fact, you might as well get used to.
I go by Siah. My name is Jordan. I mean, I've been rapping all my life, but like getting into the scene, just actually getting what I had written down and recorded, putting it online, and that's how I got into the scene. Really, anyone can do it. You know, you just make it happen. I was always big on hip hop, mostly R&B. I wanted to be a singer, but by the time I hit like 12, my voice was way too deep, so I couldn't do that. But I grew up. My uncle lived with me for a lot of my life, and he's an artist. He was always like painting and just blasting music really loud. So like I was like super young, like 3, 4, 5, just hearing mad different rap music, rock music, all that, and I just knew I wanted to do that. I was like, that's dope. Drake is probably one of my biggest inspirations in terms of like how much of an icon he is. Like that's what I aspire to be. I want to be on that level. But when it comes to like the music and the lyrics, I grew up on things like Kendrick and Mac Miller. Mac Miller was a super big inspiration, especially when I was in like middle school. He was probably the reason I started rapping, because he was in like high school and he started putting stuff out. He started blowing up, and I was like, I could probably do that too. I would like to call myself one of the pioneers of it, because before I started putting out music, I didn't really know anyone else personally that was doing it. And I think that it's growing a lot. It's cool to like, I'm not in high school with you guys anymore, but my sister's still in high school, and like she has a bunch of friends, and so I always know about like who's in high school making music, and it's just dope to see that like it's actually a thing. It's not just like me 4 years ago was like, I'm gonna be a rapper, and then everybody else was like, all right, get out of here now. I am a rapper, but I like to label myself as just a musician, because although I put out a lot of rap music, a lot of the stuff that I'm working on off the mic is like just music. I'm trying to learn how to play guitar, play bass. I'm trying to be different. I want to like revolutionize music, and I haven't figured out how yet, but my plan is to do that. I don't know how many other people really want to do that. A lot of people are just in it for the money. I can stay broke my whole life and just keep rapping. I don't really care. Every time I step up to the mic, the goal is to be better than I was last time, not to be better than someone else. But I've actually done way more collabs with Middletown rappers than you would think, but nobody ever puts them out. Like, there's a lot of tracks out there that have me on it that you'll probably never hear because people are just like, I mean, I don't know. I can't explain why. I'm not going to speak for them, but they just don't put them out. I think I know why, but I'm not going to talk about it. Yeah, I'm leaving on Sunday. I'm moving to California. But not specifically to pursue the rap career. I don't see myself leaving to pursue the rap career because I feel like in 2019, 2020, everything's online. It doesn't really matter where you are. Like maybe 5-10 years ago, it was nice to like be in New York or in Atlanta or LA where the scene is big, but you could literally just do it all from your computer wherever you're at. I think music, when you're making music, it should be a reflection of self. So I wouldn't say incriminate yourself, but if you're around those things or you've seen those things, you shouldn't be afraid to speak on it, because I also feel like it should be illegal for like in a court case. You know, did you guys hear about how they played TK's song in his sentencing? I feel like that should be illegal. Take Lil Tecca for example, that, what was it, like Ransom blew up, and then on his Genius he was saying like he's never touched a gun in his life. He's like, he doesn't be with bad, you know. So it's
I got 2 twin Glocks, turn you to a dancer. I don't have no straps for nobody. I don't got no strap. But that line was just like, I was just adding wordplay.
like, you shouldn't really be able to use that to incriminate someone. And I think that should kind of help, because then if you really are in that type of stuff and you have nobody to talk to about it other than the microphone that's in your bedroom, you should be able to do that. You should be able to express yourself, you know. I spend a lot more than I make, but it's an investment, you know. It's like, I've probably spent like tens of thousands at this point, and I've not seen tens of thousands, but I know in the future I'll see hundreds of millions.
All that fish slow. Hey, hey, little mama, would you like to be my sunshine? Touch my game, we gon' turn this to Columbine. Ice on my neck cost me 10 times 3. $30,000 for a nigga to get free. I just hit